What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Best Bet show. As always, I'm your host, Matty Chucks, with my co-host, Austin's Props. Two games on this Monday night, so nice quick video. They're not the greatest games. There's some close spreads, divisional matchup, and a Saints-Panthers game also as well. That should be fantastic. I mean, these divisional games are always very, very, very tough, and we should see both of them usually be close, especially in prime time, and the spreads are indicating that. But what are your thoughts with these two games before we dive into the plays?
Yeah, I mean, the spreads, like you said, show that. And anytime you have two divisional games, you have to expect them to be competitive games. So for you and I both, I know we posted some main plays, and we're definitely hoping these games stay close and we get good football. And I kind of feel like we will. I feel optimistic.
Yeah, I agree. We went 1-1 last episode. We're gonna start getting more and more. I know, like I said, week 3 we'll have a guest on, do some touchdown score parlays with our guests. So make sure you're subscribed and tuned in for those. But we do have two plays today, so we're gonna make this as quick as possible. I know it's a Monday. People are back at work, kind of groggy. Let's just fire through these. We're gonna go Rashid Shaheed over 2.5 receptions, -145. That's on DK and Bet365. Looking at the stats from last year, I mean, the Panthers were one of the worst to playing defense to wide receivers, yards, targets, receptions, all top 5 targets, 3 receptions, super juiced, but a playable number and just feels right. What are your thoughts here on Rashid Shaheed?
Yeah, I like him. I like that he saw 23 of the 33 snaps or route running snaps. So he was on the field a lot, which is obviously a good sign for the number 3 receiver. And Derek Carr seems to like him, and the kid's a playmaker, man. He's electric. You could play his yards as a pivot if you wanted at 36.5 if you didn't want to eat as much juice. But at 3, we feel, or at 2.5, we feel pretty likely that he's going to get 3 receptions. So that's why we went here. We're going to eat a little bit of juice, but love both lines personally.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we get it early, and if this game is close, like the spread says it is, they should be throwing most of the game, even if they get off to a early lead. Derek Carr loves to sling it, so that's the going to be play number one in the Saints Panthers game. Going to the second game, Browns versus Steelers. These games are always classic. Steelers in prime time, they're always kind of ugly, but they're usually somewhat entertaining, at least from the close games. I know they're not going to be complete shootouts. Low total. We have Kenny Pickett over 30.5 pass attempts. Kind of a popular play, but for good reason. I mean, he had 31 completions last week, 46 attempts. I know it was a blowout loss, so a little bit skewed, but 30.5 seems very doable, especially looking at last year, how he finished the season. Obviously, being a rookie last year, they kind of eased his way in. But later in the season, especially at home, 29, 39, 42, and 30 attempts. So all within that realm. I think if they are losing late and they are dogs, it's going to help us even more. But I do think he'll be on pace throughout the game.
Yeah, totally. And piggybacking off that, I mean, this is one of those games where I think the Browns do okay at stopping the run against Najee Harris and Warren, and I think it kind of puts the ball in his hands and makes him have to, even though he's missing Deontay Johnson, like it makes him have to kind of sling it around. And with the 2-point spread, even if this game gets a little ugly, it works in our favor. You know, he's still going to have to pass it. So I feel pretty good. I'm hoping on the other side they can slow down Nick Chubb and not make it where the Browns run 37 times through Nick Chubb, because that'd be a little unfortunate for us and for anyone betting props in this game. But the Steelers' defense is pretty decent. I think Tomlin gets them to come back in. I know he was embarrassed with the outing last week against the Niners. So new matchup. I feel really solid with this spot, even though it is square.
Yeah, he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home losses or six losses in general last year. One of them was the first game of the season, was eased into it, went 10 for 13. One game he got hurt when he was 0 for 1. The other 4 games soared over. I mean, so where they lost. I mean, 52 attempts. I'm seeing 38 attempts, 44, 42. So if they are losing, which I mean, it should be close, but I do think they will be losing late, and he may have to pull something out of the hat. It's a good spot for 30.5. Just seems right. Go over the two plays one more time. Rashid Shaheed over 2.5 receptions. Kenny Pickett over 30.5 pass attempts. That's going to be it from us. Stay tuned for next week. some better content in these videos and some guests. So stay tuned, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.